That's what I like to hear. Lovely. Okay. Welcome back to, well, it's season 3 of the Encore Club. New studio, new setup. Everything's changed, and for the best. Today I am joined. Well, let me give you a bit of some background as to who I'm joined by. She is a Russian-born trap metal artist. Is that fair to say? Trap
Yeah,
metal?
yeah.
Yeah, cool. Now based in the UK, blending rap, metal, and electronic chaos into a genre-blending sound. Um, she fled Russia after being arrested for protesting the war in Ukraine, and now creates music in the UK under a global talent visa. Her music
Perfect.
mixes distorted guitars, trap beats, aggressive vocals, inspired by bands like Linkin Park, Slipknot, and Korn, and she openly speaks about living with DID, or for anyone who doesn't know what that is, dissociative identity disorder, which heavily influences her music and the voices inside her, the characters and voices inside her music. She's gained recognition with BBC introducing airplay and industry awards whilst building a rapidly growing international fan base. Her songs tackle themes of mental health, rebellion, political anger, turning personal chaos into brutal, honest music. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I am joined today by NØTRIXX. NØTRIXX, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me today.
I really appreciate you being here. Let's get right into it because I have a lot of questions to ask you, as any podcaster would hopefully have set up for you. So let's go back to the start. Um, what in Russia? What kind of kid were you in terms of, like, I guess, what was the first the first bit of music that you really kind of connected with?
Oh, interestingly, and that probably also explains why I have more or less of a good command of English. Is I never really listened to local music. I always listened to international and mostly English music in the English language. And the first artist that I ever um loved was Michael Jackson. I think that was fed to me even before I was born.
Nice.
And it was also something that motivated me to learn English. That's how I learned, like, from learning Michael Jackson's lyrics. Also was the first concert that I ever went to. I was 7 years old. And that was quite an experience. I think even though my music is as far as it could be from Michael Jackson, his music still influenced me greatly. His style of vocals, actually, I do believe that I have a little bit of Michael Jackson in me.
Nice, nice. I mean, look, I wish I had a little bit of Michael Jackson's vocal prowess in me.
No,
Um,
he's got that style mode of vocals that's called cry. I'm not sure if
okay.
that's widely known term, but it's called cry vocals. When it's like has a little bit of lament in the tone of the voice, and that's I've noticed that's a natural for me just because I probably got so much influence from that. So it just is something that appears immediately when I try to sing some sad songs.
Nice, nice. Oh, look, I think, yeah, that kind of resonates with me because I obviously, I think, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but I think we have a relatively similar idea of, like, like music we like and things like that, and
Yeah,
it's
I see
definitely
My
influenced.
Chemical Romance behind your back also immediate.
This,
So
yeah, this is, I'm loving this, by the way, as well. This is all brand new, so, like, I'm really enjoying having, like, I get to show off the bands that I like
yeah,
for once. And last season it was just a big version of this logo on the wall, and it was just white, and now it's all colorful. And
yeah,
so yeah, it the music that I listened to when I was younger definitely shapes, and I'm not like a recording artist or anything like that, but I do make my own music at times, and I think there's definitely influences in the way that I sing based on everything.
Trying to be back into focus. This
That's my you
sometimes
go
my
ahead.
setup just goes just drives me crazy. Oh, what? How? Okay, yeah, good. We're back.
The
Sorry.
camera's just fucking with you. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Oh,
Um, you I believe you've mentioned in the past that your Linkin Park had quite a big impact on you. Am I right in saying that?
absolutely.
Do you remember the moment that you realized music as a whole could mean something a lot deeper to you?
Absolutely. I will never forget that very day. So my father died when I was 14, and on that day the only thing that basically helped me through the whole suffering was one song by Linkin Park that I listened to on repeat the whole day, and it helped me um live through my emotions. It was From the Inside by Linkin Park, and this was literally the day when I realized that I really would want to do that for other people too. How beautiful that is, that someone else who I don't even know could do me such a massive favor by helping me, like giving me a helping hand, a friendly hand when I most needed it, even from far, far away. So that was essentially what I decided I'd want to do.
That's really nice. It made me think actually. My dad passed away a couple of years ago, and weirdly, there's a song by Linkin Park that does that exact same thing for me as well. That kind of grounds me and kind of it's like a it it makes me remember him, but also kind of grounds me in where I am at the moment in my life. So Let You Fade, the kind of one of the newer tracks,
Oh,
um, is for me just a beautiful song. And really pulls on my heartstrings a little bit. Yeah, no, I love that. I think that's a really lovely um, connection, heartbreaking connection, obviously, but also lovely connection that you can find that with music and then want to kind of redevelop it as your own and um, try and recreate that for someone else. I think that's a really important thing that artists should take heed of, that they should notice that the people that listen to their music is gonna they're gonna take that music and they're gonna internalize it how they need to.
yep.
And to hear that there's someone, you know, who's like, "Okay, I need to do what that song did for me, from for the people that listen to my music," is a really amazing thing. So, go you.
Thank you.
Um, Life has taken you on quite a I think it's fair to say quite a journey. Most obviously Russia to the UK, under some really intense circumstances as well. Um, but how do you think that journey has kind of shaped you as not only a person, but as an artist?
Well, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, that's for sure. But also, honestly, it's been hell of a ride. First of all, it forced me out of my comfort zone. I definitely wouldn't have moved out of Russia ever. I spent well over 30 years of my life in there, and I always considered myself a patriot of my country.
Mm.
But I guess every experience is meaningful, and every single thing that happens to us happens for a reason. Uh, the other thing that was forcing me, like the other thing that happened again as a forcing me out of my comfort zone is I became full-time artist earlier than I would have expected to. Also because of that, I lost my job together with me protesting against the war. I used to work at a government bank, and I had to um, well, it was a rough conversation there, but it ended up with me just saying, "I'm not giving up on my values." Um, and, yeah, all of that, and then having to be stranded from home, ending up in first I ended up in Turkey for 2 years, in a country that where I don't speak the language, where I didn't know anyone at all, literally being all alone there. Obviously, it was extremely depressing, and was quite a challenge. Uh, but I don't really write, positive, optimistic songs. I I write painful, depressing songs, so I got so much material just out of that. But yeah, it did shape me, in a very profound way, I would say. It, gave me a lot of time to think, a lot, of things to think about, and a lot of material to write my music about. Lyrics are extremely important for me. It's like I always start with lyrics, even though I'm a producer, and one could imagine me starting with a with some drums and a beat and the bass and stuff. No, it's always the lyrics, and it's always about that meaning, something that I want to convey with the song, the story that I want to write, the things that I want to tell people. And with with that, I've got a lot of stories to tell.
Nice. I was actually gonna ask you what do you kind of put more weight on, lyrics or melody? But I think you've answered that quite
Yeah.
nicely. So that's awesome. So for a producer to kind of start with the lyrical side of things is like a really it's quite a, I feel it's I mean I wouldn't know, I'm not a producer, but I feel that's a relatively unique way of going about your music and everything. So that's a
I
really cool.
learned production to complement, my lyrics. It actually started exactly like that. I had so much material for songs. I started writing lyrics over and over again. Like, I had already a heap, but I couldn't find anyone who would want to work with me on my crazy ideas. Just, like, never happened. And Uh, even though later I did find those people, when I was still making baby steps and everything was so difficult and so overwhelming because so much information to take in. Uh, but I'm super happy that I never gave up on, becoming a producer and having full control of the whole process. It enables me to actually do the whole, like, everything from start to finish, representing the idea that I have. And with the, debut album, that is, about to be released, you can hear it at its best, because every single song is very different, and it sounds exactly like I want it to sound. And
That's amazing.
hours and
And
hours
yeah, I can
of
imagine.
effort in that.
And the thing is you can I think you can hear it in your music that it's like it's a passion. You know what I mean? Like you can it kind of conveys that this is your baby and you're pushing it to be the best that you want it to be and that's it comes across really nicely.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate it.
well done again. You're very open about living with DID. Um when did you realize that that experience would start influencing your music?
Oh, the influence on mu well, uh, see, the thing is that I started actually working on my music, when I was overwhelmed with, the whole turbulence and everything that was going on with me, and I couldn't understand what was going on. And, um when I started therapy, back in 2021, for that, and I started realizing, what was going on with me, and learning, and, studying more about my condition, which was really lots of new information for me. That was not long before I started my project. So I was basically in the very, very heat of the moment learning about myself when I started releasing music. And, uh, that kind of motivated me to be open also because, well, I was in there, I was still figuring out. My songs were basically very influenced by what I was going through, and, I just had to explain them, and there was no other way to explain rather than just share what I was going through, and I've noticed that people were drawn to it. They were drawn to the fact that I was openly talking about my mental health struggles. I've noticed that it built an extremely powerful, meaningful connection, and that's exactly what I am longing for in my music project. Like we discussed about Linkin Park, that's exactly what I'm doing, and uh, since that was the means of bringing people closer to me, um, I realized that that's what I just have to go on with, and further. Now I'm at the point where I actually keep receiving absolutely beautiful messages that really make my eyes water from people who say that yeah my music really means so much to them and it like helped them go through this or that and it means the world to me. Genuinely, that's exactly what I live for. It gives me a reason to keep going, so we are basically helping each other in that sense.
I love that. Love that. That's really nice. I can imagine it's quite a humbling thing to receive multiple messages from fans that are just like your music means so much to me. So yeah, that's incredible. Um, okay, let me ask you this: if someone was to meet you and didn't know about NOTRIXX, what would what would you think maybe surprised them the most about who you are, like as a person, and think like something. I guess the best way of putting this is what's something outside of your music that is very off-brand that you enjoy doing.
Oh, of brand.
Just to give you an idea, I've had a metal singer tell me that they love knitting, and he was apparently a very good knitter. So that gives you an idea of
Well, no, what shocks everyone is that I'm a mom of 2. Uh, it's off-brand, and it's a very, strange thing to combine with, um, rock star career, I guess, and then but other than that, I've always been a bit crazy, so well, I mean, there's also the fact that I live with DID, so there is, another very big part of my life that I try not to talk about out of respect for my other self, so, that is already very crazy, but I'm kind of open about the existence of that, but yeah, otherwise, I think I'm just crazy. Like everything I do is crazy. I do extreme sports, which I think is rather on brand than not.
I mean,
So,
it is, but I'm surprised that you've just come out. What kind of extreme sports?
snowboarding and
Nice.
acrobatics.
Okay, awesome. Wow. Acrobatics as well. And you obviously said you got 2 kids. I've got 4, so I'm right there with you. I completely
Oh,
understand how
you're
that is.
you're more of a shocker than me. Like for
I've just
whoa.
had one actually. I had to pause the podcast for 4 months because I have a 4-month-old. Um, so yeah, it's been a crazy ride, and I'm loving every second of it. But um, how? I mean, did they understand the position you're in terms of how successful you are being with your music?
I what I explain to them every now and then is we watched a movie called Hannah Montana.
Nice.
Mama is Hannah Montana, so we don't tell anyone, and that is it's hard. It's really hard, because they're kids, they sometimes they can't control it, whereas I am extremely it's not even just because of who I am, it's also I don't want my kids to have any consequences from what I do. I'd rather just keep them away from it. It's like I don't know, so, yeah, I'm Hannah Montana.
Nice, nice. Hannah Montana. I love that. Um, what a way to like basically show them that they need to just kind of keep it on the down low. um, what was the first concert you ever went to? Was it a Russian act? That's something I'm
Michael
interested in.
Jackson. Michael Jackson. I
Okay,
was
fair
7
enough.
years old. I'm so proud of that.
That's
My
amazing. Yeah.
actually was with my father. So,
Oh,
uh,
lovely.
so it is a beautiful memory for me. That's something really, really meaningful in every sort of way.
Amazing. Okay. So I don't know if this is still going to be Michael Jackson. It very much could be based on what we've spoken about so far. But w- what's the first piece of music that really made you cry?
Oh no, yeah, it will be Michael Jackson.
Which one?
um,
Ben's a bit of a
I
tearjerker.
think no, 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 no. That's the thing. Like he has very mellow songs, and then he has got like actual emo songs, which explains immediately explains everything. So, it's like Dirty Diana.
Okay,
Uh, yeah, yeah.
nice.
I think that's a good one to I a safe answer to this. Very likely.
It's always good to have a cry to a song. I think it's really cathartic to kind of be able to like and like men don't cry enough. So like I'm quite open about I'm quite happy to have a bit of a grizzle over over anything, to be honest. I'll have a little cry here and there. And there's a lot of songs that can do that for me as well, like new and old. I guess it's just tying your own experience to that song or making it fit a purpose for you that can then invoke that feeling. And I think that's like a really amazing thing. That like we spoke about at the beginning, that the music can do that for you. That it can kind of like it can make you just bawl your eyes out, basically.
Yep.
um, okay, so is there on the complete other side? Is there a song that completely just lifts your mood? We'll just go completely other end of the scale.
Ooh, so I have a thing that I do if I am really, really low and I really need a mood boost. That's always gonna be some absolutely stupid, unintellectual bass house that doesn't have any anything like anything that my brain can connect to and be like, "Oh no, depression, sadness, the grief of the world," that sort of thing needs to be gone, so bass house.
Nice. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. Easy listening basically, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, yeah, I love that. Okay, this is a question that in all of our seasons, on every episode, we've asked every guest, and the answer doesn't have to be someone famous. It doesn't have to be someone that you look up to in that sense. It can be a family member or anything, or it can be someone famous. It's completely up to you. But who is your biggest hero in life?
Chester Bennington.
I mean, it's a huge
100%.
choice. Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
but actually, I will allow myself to be a little bit very like, a little bit grim because I was asked exactly that question in therapy,
Okay.
and my therapist asked why, and I gave him a list, like, I did that and that and that, and then and then I was like, "And also, he took his own life." There you go. Drum roll. No, mic drop and everything, and I just I I have kids, so I'm not gonna go anywhere, obviously, but the way he felt this world, and he was actually true to his songs. What I'm trying to say is that there are people in the music industry who are there just to show off, who are actually really like feel really fake, who are there just because of their egos and wanting to show the world how cool they are. And then
Mm.
there are people who are there who are so real, and they are um when they're expressing themselves, they're expressing their soul. And to me, all of Bennington's life journey was the representation of his true nature, true soul, his beautiful soul. And it's obviously is the most heartbreaking thing that he left us that way, but it's unbelievable how he was true to himself at all times, and you could feel like his pain in everything he did. So that is basically how overwhelmingly beautiful I view him.
I completely get that. Chester Bennington's also one of my biggest heroes amongst a few. And I was devastated when he died. Like it was a real big hit for me, and I really struggled with the return of Linkin Park as a whole. I really kind of wasn't ready to get on board with it at all because I just thought like they can't embody what he was trying to portray in what he was saying, and like like one of the bands that made me start performing music amongst others like Coldplay weirdly is Linkin Park. Um, and in the end was like a huge like my anthem as a when I was younger. And yeah, I think so many people connect with his lyrics right up to the end, the last album with the song he did, the one that got picked up as the main kind of I've forgotten the name of it. But anyway, where he starts by saying, "I don't like my mind right now." Like it's
Yep. Yep.
he was telling us the whole time that he was
That
struggling, and it's almost to a degree like what were we expecting? Like without sounding grim, like it was like
exactly that. That's where like he was such a genuine soul. Like
mm,
every when you hear and listen to his lyrics and hear even like, ignoring the lyrics, the sound of his voice, it's real. It's
yeah,
actually real. And that's a massive point. I mean, I have nothing like I mean, I am absolutely 100% supportive of Emily, the new vocalist. She's amazing. Her skill is
mm,
amazing. But what I've noticed many times with not just Emily, like anyone who covers Linkin Park, when you hear different voices trying to replicate what Chester did, and sometimes they're extremely like technical, extremely good with the pitch and the tone and everything, but they don't carry that pain. And
yeah,
this
they let
is
out the emotion.
and this is something you can't possibly replicate or play or portray. That's the biggest thing about it.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's such a horrific loss to the music world. I mean, obviously, he had his reasons, he had everything, behind why he did it, but, it's selfishly, I almost feel like I didn't get enough out of him, weirdly. You know what I mean? Not that he owes me anything, he doesn't owe me a thing, he doesn't know me, I'm just some guy, but, like, I think selfishly because I hooked so many of my own emotions onto his, I wish that I could have got more out of it. So yeah, it's crazy. And look, that wasn't me throwing shade at current Linkin Park lineup or anything. It's just that I'm passionate about Chester. Okay, jeez.
Exactly.
Um, so let's talk about your dream gig. So the way that this works is we're gonna start by setting the scene a little bit. We're gonna talk about the venue and things like that. I'm gonna ask you some more questions about other music stuff, and then we'll do it kind of act by act, quite slowly as we go through a load of different questions. Okay, so if you just follow my lead on this, and we'll get there. I promise. So let's start with the venue. So this is always important because obviously a venue can make or break a concert, and we've had some really crazy choices. We've had um, a forest in Alaska under the Northern Lights with no stage and no audience. We've had Glastonbury. We've had someone's back garden. And anywhere in the world, where do you want your dream concert that you get to go and watch to be?
Okay, it's gonna be an open air event,
Lovely.
but it's gonna be set in an abandoned town. Uh, Something in the style of Seattle in The Last of Us, but maybe Chernobyl. I've actually been there. But Chernobyl is a little bit sad. I wouldn't want to, disturb the uh the history of
Mm.
people, but something that was abandoned gracefully without
No, a
any
freshly
tragedies.
abandoned Seattle.
Yeah, no, overgrown. What I love about The Last of Us and like all abandoned places is like overgrown things, like where nature heals and
Taking it back.
nature
Yeah.
takes over. So yeah, that's kind of place that's where I'd love to set it off.
Okay, awesome. And first of all, I I love it when someone gives me like a really like not normal um gig venue because I have to create the thumbnails for this and I do it as your venue basically. And so this is gonna look really cool. Um who are you taking with you to your gig? So you can have anyone there. It's your dream gig. So it could be just you and a friend. It could be you and 10,000 people. It's completely up to you.
Dead or alive.
It's completely up to you. It's your
My
dream
father.
concert. Okay, awesome. Yeah, lovely. Just your father and no one else?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, amazing. Cool. Okay. So I know that we're doing this as like an abandoned city and stuff, but obviously there's a bar. There's gonna be a bar. Like, so what drinks would you have?
Oh, I'm straight edge, so
Oh, okay, cool.
tap water for me.
Tap
Lots
water.
of
You know
tap
what?
water.
You
Well,
need to
kombucha. No,
hydrate.
I do drink kombucha. Lots
Okay,
of
cool.
kombucha.
Love that. Okay, cool. And so are we imagining that there's like a giant stage, just abandoned stage in the middle
Oh
of
yeah, no.
yeah?
It's
Cool.
very well designed in the style of, Tomorrowland.
Okay,
Like
nice.
I really like giant structures. That's my biggest passion. Again, I'm an actual
Love
urbexer, so whenever I find a place where there's something like that, you can use that for thumbnail.
that. Okay, so I have to
But
ask
yeah,
you,
that is something that always makes me happy.
I love that. I have to ask you, urban exploration, yeah? Um, are you do you subscribe to the paranormal side of that?
Nah, not
No,
really.
it's just more going exploring
Yeah, it's
abandoned.
all about architecture and like
Cool.
that side of things.
Have you ever got yourself in a bit of a sticky situation in terms of like
Ooh,
something a
yeah.
little bit too dilapidated and a bit of a struggle to walk around in and things like
But also got arrested for that. So
that?
I got lots of stories from there. Um, yeah, yeah. Some places were actually really dangerous and could have ended up with music losing me, but it is what it is. Also,
Nice.
crazy things that I do.
Very jealous. I always wanted to do some urban exploration, but I live in a city. So, and there isn't a lot of Derek stuff around here, unfortunately, and I don't have the means with 4 children to travel. So,
Yeah.
one day, I'll get myself out there one day, and we'll figure it out. Uh, maybe we'll go together. You can
You
show me
you
what the
can
hot
you
thing.
can you can, take a tour to Chernobyl. I would go again, like, genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's tours that you can book.
Oh, I would be up for that. To be fair, that could be quite fun. I like that.
I went there
Sorry,
I
I
went there
digress.
in 2008 where it was not even, like, developed yet, but after the series, the Chernobyl series,
Mm,
were published, they have had quite a tourist boom there, so
I can imagine. Yeah.
it's now a route well, now because of the war, maybe I'm not sure how that works right now, but yeah.
Nice, nice. Okay, well, I might check it out. I might see if my partner is interested in heading to Chernobyl. Maybe it could be our honeymoon. We're getting married at the end of the year. Maybe that could be that's our
Right.
honeymoon day. There you are. um, okay, awesome. So you've got this giant stage in front of you, and it's you and your dad. I always find that it's important to choose a good place to stand when you're watching a gig, right? So like you want to make sure that you get the best out of the sound, out of the view and everything. Is there so I always pick by the sound booth as a personal preference. A little bit of space around me, no one's bashing. I'm 36. I don't need to be like punched in the face in a mosh pit. Um, it's always going to be good sound because they're sorting the sound out, and the view's always quite good. But do you have like a preference to where you like to stand?
I'm around there too.
Nice.
But
There you go.
I really love dancing, and moving and, being on my own without, anyone interfering with my space. I mean, I don't mind, I'm just, like, saying I really need space around me
Yeah,
for the
yeah, that's
things that
fair.
I
Well,
do.
look, you've got just you and your dad in front of a giant stage off, and you've got a load of space. You'll be fine.
No, okay, okay, okay. No, we do need people. I
You're
just
gonna have
don't know
people.
them.
Okay,
They are there. I just
how
don't
many
know them.
people?
15,000?
Okay, we got. Okay, cool, lovely, love that. So it's almost
There's
like a
15,000 people. They're all nice, and they're well, actually, I do have experience. I'm actually talking from experience of, certain festivals that I went to, where actually everyone was super nice, and I really enjoyed it, and 15,000 people seemed like exactly what was needed. So that is exactly what I want. But yeah, I'm gonna be at the back enjoying
Jesus.
my space and, not extremely loud either. I don't like it too loud because I need to protect my ears.
Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you go to like to watch a gig, do you earbuds in? Like, is it?
Absolutely. It's,
Yeah,
I this is my bread and butter, right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
and I actually once lost my hearing for a while.
Oh,
I had a severe ear infection of both ears and had to perforate my, eardrums, get it perforated. So it
oh,
was horrible. From then on, I was like, "Nope, never I need to be taking care of those because they feed me."
yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Jesus. Oh, perforated eardrums. I, c- I mean, I'm terrible. I don't look after my ears at all. But then also, I don't have a career in it, and it's not like I would 100% look after it more if. Maybe I should look after my voice a little bit more now that I do this. Like, I'm really terrible with that too. Um, let's talk a little bit more about well, you and songwriting and things like that before we go into your first act. So when you start writing a new song, this is a I was just about to read a question that I definitely know the answer to. So I was about to ask what do you start with, but we know it's lyrics. So it has there ever let me rephrase it a little bit or retry something else. Have you ever started a song where it didn't start with lyrics?
Oh, yeah. They're generally, the more bouncy, uh, sort of stuff. That's when I am going after a certain idea of what I want it to sound like. So Sometimes I need some fillers for like a gig or an album or whatnot, or I just have an idea for something fun that I want to use for promotion or something like that, and that's where I start with a beat, knowing that I want a certain feel to the song. It always gonna be groovy. That's one of my religious beliefs, that music needs to make you go like this. I'm a huge fan of dancing. Not I'm particularly good at it. I just this is one of the ways I enjoy music. I need to be dancing to it, and if
Nice.
I'm on stage, I will definitely be moving around in all sorts of weird ways, and um sometimes I just feel like I want that certain feel to it musically, and that's where I started bottom up. But those songs usually are not the ones full of meaning. It's just about the music.
Nice. Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because you're trying to craft something that isn't what you're naturally used to doing. So that's fair enough. And when you're finished um crafting a track, start to finish, do you feel like it's like obviously you put a lot of emotion, a lot of your thoughts and feelings into your music. Do you feel like it's like a cathartic release? Do you feel like you've got something off your chest and you can
Oof.
breathe a little bit
Yeah.
heavy better from it? And
There are some tracks. There is one track on my album that's gonna be released this week. Is called Narc, and that is probably the biggest catharsis I ever felt, because I keep feeling it each time when I perform it live. Uh, it's I know it sounds stupid, but it's literally like going to the toilet and leaving everything behind there. Like,
nice.
literally,
Yeah.
that's how it feels. It's like, whoa, I just got all the dirt out of me right now while just performing it. Um, so yeah, there is a huge effect like this in some of my songs. Depends on what the topic is, yet again. But most of the time, I do start with lyrics, with the things that I feel deep inside that I really want to like a relief for, and yeah, definitely works that way for me.
Nice. Okay. That's cool. Um, okay, yeah, let me ask you this because I feel like it might be on the similar vein, but I don't know if it'll be Narc that you choose for this. But if someone had never heard your music before and you really want to give them, you only have one song to do it, but you want to give them the strongest idea of what NOTRIXX is as a whole, what song of yours would you choose to really kind of try and push to them what you are?
Huh. Yeah. Okay. It's called Tvar. TVAR. It's actually one of my oldest songs, but it was written in a very strong DID episode. Like, I was literally going through a mental breakdown
Mm,
while I was writing it, and I wrote it with everything within one day. That is, for me, that's unbelievable speed, because I take like 2, 3 weeks for a track. Like, so 1 week for lyrics, 1 week for production, and then 1 week just to like iron it out and make sure everything is right.
yes.
Just some mixing. I do outsource most of my mixing and mastering. Um, but yeah, so but this song, Tvar, it's in Russian. It's fully in Russian, but it was written all in one go. Like, it was just went through me. Um, just because I was right in the middle of it, and I felt it so strongly, and lyrics just wrote themselves in Russian, because I didn't even think. I just blurted it out.
Mm,
And Yeah, it is about my condition. It is about me. It is about who I am as a person, how I see myself, and it's also extremely haunting and um vibey and groovy and everything. It sounds a little bit like witch house. It has
Sure.
those really, really haunting sounds, um and I perform it almost every time I go live.
Nice. Amazing. Okay, awesome. Well, everyone go and check that out because obviously it's one song that's going to give you the full vibe of No Tricks. Um, let's pull it back a little bit away from. I think I'm going to ask something that let's be a little. I'm going to ask something a little bit playful, if that's okay. Something to a little bit fun. So if your life was a movie, um, and you had to pick, and it doesn't have to be. It can be one of your own songs, but you can pick any song in the world for this movie. What would you want the opening credit music to be?
Korn here to stay.
Nice. Okay, cool. And on the same kind of vein of that, there's a scene in this movie where you rob a bank, obviously. Yeah? What because why not? What music would you want as the kind of the amped up music to go through that whole scene where you're robbing this bank?
Still Korn here to stay. It's gonna be the whole movie with just that
Nice.
one
Okay,
song.
cool.
It's
Can't
my
play
one of
anything
my
wrong.
favorite songs of all time. Um,
Okay.
each
So
time before I go live, I hype myself up by listening to it on repeat and just moving to it, jumping to it, walking around to it. Oh, it's just so amazing.
I love that. It's probably a good time to let you know that with every episode that we do, obviously me and you talk a lot about different songs and bands and things that we like. I build a Spotify playlist with every song that we mention throughout this whole thing, and I release it at the same time as the episode, so everyone will get to go and listen to those songs. um, okay, cool. I want to play a very quick game with you, if that's okay. So we've got a couple of games in every episode we do. This is a brand new one. You will be the first person to get to try this one out. So congratulations.
Exciting. Thank you.
Um, it is called Rogue Rockstar Riders. There will be a logo there, I think. Um, the idea here is that you're playing the biggest gig of your life, and the promoter has come to you and said, "We're going to do you a rider. Um, you are allowed anything you want. Um, I have 5 categories for you, and I need you to pick, 3 things per category to build your own rider, okay? Does that make sense?
Wow. Okay.
Just to give you a quick idea, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of when I get to each category, I'll give you an idea. So drinks, let's start with drinks. It could be craft beer, espresso martinis, protein smoothies, things like that. Whatever you want. Any drink you want, name 3 of them that you have to have on this rider. Money is
Okay.
no issue.
Uh, Kombucha,
Nice.
cappuccino, and water.
Okay, love that.
I think you're starting off this game with the most boring guest. I'm Buddhist. I'm actually so boring with everything like writers and things. But try me.
What's one item that you have to have separate to this game? What's one item you have to have on your rider?
See, my booking agent, who is actually a legend, Stuart, if you're watching this, because he might be watching this, you're an absolute legend putting up with me. But he keeps asking me, like, for my rider, like I actually did write up something, and then at the first gig where this rider was being used, the promoter asked me, "Do you really need this and this and this?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't really need anything on this rider. I just don't care." He was like, "Okay, but what about the bottles of water?" I'm like, "I actually travel with this. If you can refill it for me, that would be awesome. That's it." I am just I'm
You're
really
too
bad at this.
humble. Too
Huh?
humble.
No,
You've
I'm
got
Buddhist. No, this is to me, I've reached the level of happiness. I just don't need anything. I genuinely don't need anything. This is beautiful. But I really don't know. I do travel with this, like, shitloads of stuff, like, as in all the light equipment, contacts, paint for my arms, like, the amount of things that I have to take care of. I'd
yeah,
rather not, but this is important so that, so that the listener, the viewers and the audience get the best experience from my
mm,
gigs. I am bringing that to entertain them. I personally I really don't know. Like, this is such a tough question. Nothing. Like, genuinely,
that's fair enough. That's
a
fair. You know
charger,
what?
phone charger. I can't
There
do
you
without a phone
there you
charger.
go. We'll get you a room full of phone chargers. Okay,
Thank you.
indulge me anyway with the game, because I just wanna and
I'm
what I want
sorry.
you to imagine, right, is that you've got your 2 kids with you, and you have to
Oh.
cater for them as well, so you've gotta get
Oh
bits
my
for
god,
them. Would that
no.
make it easier?
Babysitter who would take them and just
I love that, that's perfect. We'll get a creche in the corner of the room with, like, a couple of babysitters.
Oh, they're big enough so that they can walk
Oh,
out
lovely,
of the
perfect.
the
They can
room
watch
and
TV and play
leave me
PlayStation
alone.
and stuff like that.
I'm not that bad of a mother. I'm just
No.
like, I need to take rest from them.
That's
They
fair,
know
that's
that.
fair. Okay, let's go with food then. You've given me drinks, might as well give me your food choices, 3 choices. I'm gonna make you sweat on this one.
Whenever someone asks me, oh my god, I'm so terrible at this game already. Whenever someone asks me what I like to eat, I respond coffee.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Okay,
meal.
no, 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 no. Just out of respect for you, Will, I will Oh, okay, done. Yeah, right. Syrniki out of Russia. It's a Russian uh, cottage cheese patties that are not available in most of this country. Like, most of the UK don't sell them anywhere. So there
Okay,
you go. You can sort that out for me.
I'm gonna let you off on the other 2 items of food because I don't think you're gonna like the next 2 parts of the rider that I need from you. So I need a luxury item. That could be a massage therapist, a ice bath and a sauna, a personal barber stylist, a gaming lounge, a hot tub, whatever you want.
Okay,
Is there
I will take the massage therapist.
cool?
I do a lot of extreme sports. My muscles are always tense, so yeah, I will take a massage therapist.
I love that. And then I need, and this is where I need you to get a little bit imaginative. I need a chaos item. So, giving you an idea, you could have a baby goat. You could have a tattoo artist. You could have a karaoke booth, a magician. You could have all of Slipknot's masks. Why, I don't know, but just have them.
Give me a ramp.
A ramp.
Like a ramp, but for snowboarding.
Cool.
There are some that you can use it like so when I used to snowboard all year long, we would have the same sort of slide that you would have covered with snow, but without snow. It's got like some weird like plastic thingies that you can silicone your board and ride over. So that I'm that bad. Like, I'm that far into snowboarding that I can
Love
even
that.
do that in the summer. So yeah, chaos item is that I'm happy to just chill on the ramp before before the gig. I don't know why I would do that.
I love that. Okay, so look, last thing, and then I can let you go from this rider hell. Uh, you have to have one celebrity guest join you in your green room to share all of the amazing things that you've put on your rider. Your coffee, your water, the snowboarding ramp, the cottage cheese patty. Is that yeah?
Yeah,
Who would you choose to join
Johnny
you?
Knoxville.
What a choice. Okay, cool. I think you
You just
saved the whole rider thing just by having him there.
sorry, what?
I think you saved the whole rider thing by just having Johnny Knoxville join you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, because that's what I do prioritize over material items. I like spending time with people, and with good people, you don't really need much. Like literally, like having a cool person that you could have fun with overrides all the other items on the rider. I am sorry, I'm so bad at this.
You know what? I don't want you to be sorry at all because I would find this game incredibly boring if everyone just went with the standard. I want Cristal.
Caviar.
I want yeah, exactly. Like it's very refreshing to have someone come in and be like, I don't really want much, but I'll take Johnny Knoxville. So
Yeah,
that worked for me.
exactly, exactly. But
Um,
no, I actually tried almost every luxury item you could name. I come from a country where people really do show off a lot, and I also happen to work in one of the biggest investment banks in the country.
Mm.
And I have tried like everything from caviar to oysters. I do find all of that revolting. Like, I don't see the point. I don't enjoy that. So yeah, I'm a little bit more simple than that.
I feel that. That's fair enough. That's
But
absolutely.
Johnny Knoxville, I would really enjoy his company.
I love that. Johnny Knoxville's going to come and hang out with you, and that's all you need. Bottle of water and Johnny
If we
Knoxville.
could have the whole Jackass crew, that would be that would make my day. That would I would probably forget about doing a gig on that day. But that's a different story.
We'll come and we'll get them to come and record Jackass 5 or whatever it is that's
Yes!
they can come
Yes.
and record that with
I'd
you.
be
And
thrilled. I
there
would
you
be
go.
having the time of my life.
Okay, which so that leads us nicely into back to your dream concert, and I'm going to ask you for your first act of the evening, because obviously that is the point of this show. We leave it until an hour in to ask you the actual question of why you're here. So let's talk about your dream concert and who is going to play. So for right now, all I need is the first band or act that's going to be performing.
Apashe.
Apache, did you say?
Apashe.
Apache.
Apashe. It's he's a Belgian slash Canadian trap producer. Someone who influenced my production a lot. I literally learned everything about production from studying his work. And he is an absolute genius of our time because he blends orchestra music with electronic trap. This is something that inspires me greatly, and I've literally listened to, I think, every single song that he ever put out, and every album like on repeat, loads.
Amazing. Okay, cool. That great first choice. What's the encore song he's performing for the end of the set?
Um, uh, Majesty.
Majesty.
Majesty. It's a very tough to choose because there's so many that I love by him, but Majesty is a very strong, solid choice for an encore.
Nice. Majesty. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we've got your first act locked in. Again, before I go on to your second act, I've got some more questions for you. Some of them are a little bit crazy. Some of them are just about you and your music and stuff. So I'll mix it up a little bit. Um, I'm gonna just do two from here, I reckon. So, do you ever watch wrestling?
Mm, this much.
Well, you know that they have like music that they walk out to,
Oh yeah,
yeah?
yeah, of course.
What's your walkout song if you were a wrestler?
Okay. 1 second. Can I think for a
Yeah, yeah,
moment?
go for it. You
Because
go for it.
I know the answer, but I can't remember the name. It's called "Not That Guy" by Mackie G.
Nice. Okay. Not
That
that guy by
is
Mikey G.
it goes like that.
Awesome. Awesome. And you're stomping down. And I take it you're in your full stage get up to go down to the ring, the paint,
Not
the confidence.
necessarily. Not
No?
necessarily.
You go for a different outfit?
Well, you have to wear something really, really tight, right?
Some
So
latex, yeah, some spandex.
yeah, yeah, very likely. But I'm very silly, so I would be dressed up in latex, but I won't be catwalking. I will be just.
Love that, yeah.
It's about
Creating
wrestling. We're not talking about my gigs. We're
no,
talking about wrestling.
100%.
I
It's a
I don't
no,
normally I don't like following other people's expectations. So on stage, I know what I want to be doing. And that's because that's something no one really does. So when I'm wrestling, I will be doing something that no one really does. Like
yeah,
when everyone's just doing that with a brick face, I'm gonna be silly.
and quite right too. Everyone does the same thing, so yeah, be silly, that's cool. Um, awesome, okay, so let me ask you this, if you could steal anyone else's song in the world and claim it as your own, and everyone will believe you that you
Oh
wrote
my
it,
god.
is it gonna be Korn?
No, no.
No, go for
Okay.
it, who is it?
Mm-mm. Okay. There was one recently that I discovered. I was like, "What the fuck? Why? Why did he write it before?" It actually is Korn. So 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 it's a producer slash artist called Black Swan, and he made a song called "Kids with Guns." When I first discovered it, I was listening to it on repeat over and over again. Um, but he is actually massively influenced by Korn, and he made uh, it sounds like a proper Korn tribute, but it sounds fresh and it sounds fun and it sounds awesome. And he raps in there, he mixes lots of styles, and I was like, why? Why did he make it? So I was very nicely jealous. Like, as in, I respect the fuck out of him for making something so cool, but I was like, "Oh my god, I wish I made it." So yeah, there you
Love that, okay, cool.
go.
Okay, last question before we go on to your second act of the evening. Um, and we're gonna mix it up a little bit and go back to your music. When fans listen to your music, what's the feeling you hope they walk away with after hearing it? What's the main feeling that you want them to feel?
I want them to feel discomfort through, like, first half of the song, and then catharsis on the second half of the song.
Love that.
That's how I actually want my art to be perceived. I want people to first be taken off guard and be like, "What? What is this? Why? Why am I feeling this?" I'm feeling those strong emotions. I don't know why. And then, bam, it all makes sense. And oh my god, catharsis. Yeah, that
And you
that
wanna
would
take them on
mean
a
the world
journey.
to me. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, awesome, awesome, amazing. Okay, so creaky chair. Act 2. Act 2 of your dream concert. Who have you got for me?
Factory 81, a band that
Okay.
no one knows.
Did you say Factor
Factory 81. The
81?
band that
Okay, cool.
no one knows, they released with like they have two albums. One of them they released with a Universal sub-label. This is the history that I share with them too, because I also did in the past release with Universal sub-label, and then they disbanded. But I have been listening to that very album of theirs over and over again on repeat. Oh, no, not that one. I think the other one. I'm not sure which one was released with Universal, but I was listening to the album over and over again. Also during my snowboarding trips, like on the mountains while snowboarding, uh, and yet they don't exist anymore. I did collab with their guitarist, so
Oh, nice.
yeah,
That's cool.
that
That's cool.
that, was one of the dreams come true. But yeah, I would definitely love seeing them live. It would mean the world to see them live.
It's amazing.
All the
And what
songs that I know by heart.
so if you could pick, I'll tell you what, I take it you like you love most of their songs, yeah? I'll let you have 2 encore songs for this one.
Ooh. Okay, there's one called 14 Left that I actually covered, and I perform it live almost every gig.
No.
And then the second one would be Rotten Strawberries, uh, which is so why I love this band so much is because they do everything that I want in music. They have absolutely delicious drums like toms, which make me want to fly. Beautiful guitars and bass, and then the vocals are they have dreamy melodic vocals like Deftones, but at the same time heavy raps, very aggressive raps, and then really really soul-tearing screams. And
No.
all of that together is like everything that I want. And I'm trying to do that too. But um yeah, they're just amazing.
I love that.
So Rotten Strawberries is one of my favorite songs to snowboard to because it gives me the feeling. So one of the best things about snowboarding is that you feel like you're flying when you're going through a very very soft snow powder, and you're almost like swimming slash floating slash flying,
Yeah.
and that song gives the most beautiful feel with the toms, with the chimes, with all the sounds, with the beautiful mesmerizing vocals. That
Are they on Spotify?
no,
No. Okay, where
no,
can I
no,
find
they
them?
do have an album. I think that is the album they released with Universal,
Okay.
and unfortunately, the one that the song that I love is not there.
Right, we haven't got too much left to get through. I have got 2 more games, quick games to play with you. The first one, I'm not sure about the third band I've chosen, but we'll work with it. It's called Play, Repeat, Delete. Logo here. You can't see it, but they will. The idea is that do you know what Shag, Marry, Kill is? The game that some, like, teens and kids play where it's like you pick one to well, in this sense, it would be pick one to play once or twice, uh, pick one to repeat forever, and pick one to delete from existence. And I'm gonna give you 3 bands to choose for those categories, okay? So,
Okay.
for you, I have
So
picked
sorry. So sorry. One is big.
one is, play once or twice, but no
Oh,
more.
okay. One on
One
repeat
is
and one delete. Good.
keep
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, cool. So, play, repeat, delete, Linkin Park, Slipknot, Deftones.
But I can't delete any of them.
This is
What?
I mean, I do pick them based on what I believe you're a fan of, so that's why I do this with everyone, unfortunately. So, don't worry, it's not real, but just out of curiosity.
Okay. Slipknot play. Repeat is Linkin Park. Delete Deftones. Even though
Love
it's
that,
a
okay.
it's a heartbreaking choice because I would not want to delete Deftones.
You know what? Someone had to go, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We are gonna play our final game, before we head to your headline act. Um, so we've started on our Instagram doing this thing called Legends versus Icons. And it's a quick post where I'll basically pick 2 acts that are similar, and I'll literally just say, for example, um, Bad Omens versus Bring Me the Horizon. Who do you pick? Right? I have picked 2 bands, and then I have got 4 questions for you, and together we're gonna work out who you have chosen is the winner out of these legends versus icons, okay? So the 2 bands are Korn and System of a Down,
Oh!
okay? The first question, and I just need the name of the band that you think, who changed music more?
System of a Down.
System. Okay, cool. So that's 1-0 System, okay? Who has a better live show?
Wow, that's tough. I've seen them both live. With Korn, I've seen twice. Damn! Oh! Ah, that hurts, that question. Okay, I'll say Korn.
Okay, it's 1-1. Okay. Who would win a songwriting battle?
System of a Down.
2-0 System. And who would you prefer to open for?
Korn.
Okay, so we're at a 2-2, we're at a stalemate. So this is now track versus track. I'm going to pick 2 tracks, 1 track from each artist, and you've got to pick your favorite. So, Chop Suey by System or Freak on a Leash by Korn. Who wins?
Chop Suey.
Chop Suey. System win. System of a Down win. Okay, awesome. Well, that's Legends versus Icons. Thank you so much for playing. That was the first time we played that game too, so that was quite fun for me. I enjoyed that. Um, let's go back to your dream concert and let's finish it off. Let's do your headline act. So, without
Korn.
any further, it's got there. You go. I could have guessed that. To be fair. Amazing. Okay, so look, I'm gonna do something. We do this with everyone, to be fair. It's not particularly special, but it's quite fun. We're going to talk about your encore song in a minute. But before they do the encore song, they bring out someone else to perform a song. So it can be anyone, dead or alive, and it can be any song, and Korn are performing it with them. Who are they? And it could be you. What are they performing, and who are they bringing out?
Damn. Well, you've seen that I'm actually very humble. But this is where I can't say, like,
Bring
I would
yourself
die
out.
for this. I would die
100%.
for this. Yeah. And more importantly, the song that I will pick is gonna be like the whole full circle because um Korn were the first metal band that I've ever listened to.
Okay.
And the first album, first metal album that I actually bought in physical form and first ever that I listened to was Take a Look in the Mirror. And the song was Right Now. The first song, metal song I ever listened to. Obviously, please take me on the stage, perform right now with me. I would be so, that would like, after that I can just
Amazing.
die.
Jonathan Davis is shaking your hand and thanked you profusely for coming on stage. Are you staying on for the encore?
He
You can
doesn't
stay
have
on
to
for the
thank me. I'm just humbly gonna
He's gonna
just
give you a
come
big hug
in.
and say, You are
Yeah.
insanely good. I
Yeah.
bow down to you." And
It's
then
not about that. See, that's what it's not about that. It's about like the feeling of it. It's about the music. It's about the so I'm this is like I am humble, but it's about the music itself.
mm,
This is the something to live for. And it's all about me. It's about, being part of something which I think the world of.
nice. Nice. I mean, yeah, it's true. Um, okay, so I'm gonna leave you on stage for the final encore. Jonathan Davis has told you that he needs some help for the last song. So, without any further ado, no tricks. What is the final encore for Cornset?
Here to stay.
Here to stay,
Damn, it's
obviously.
the best song ever.
There
It's
you
like
go.
the intro to it, the intro, and then it doo, doo, doo. Like, come on. I don't know. I can't explain. There's nothing better.
There you go. I mean, yeah, perfect.
If we were
Perfect.
comparing Chop Suey to Here to Stay, then I would have chosen Here to Stay. It's just like Freak on a Leash is a little bit more. Um,
I had to
I've
go with
listened
the
too
the
much of
the
it.
2 the 2 biggest the way that I do it is I basically look at Spotify and see which ones have the most plays, and unfortunately,
Ah,
'cause Freak on a Leash is Freak on a Leash, like,
I'm just
everyone
a little bit too tired of Freak on the Leash.
I you know
I
what?
love them.
I feel that
Yeah.
massively. Um, but I love it either way. We've got there. We've got to the end of your gig. I'm not quite done with you yet. Um, I we always do this thing to round off each episode. I say we. I used to have a co-host.
Oh,
So, like, he sometimes joins me, sometimes doesn't. Like last season, he was here, but he wasn't here. But it's a whole thing. Um, we do this thing where we do wild would you rather's. Do you know what a would you rather is? Like, would you rather have a bath or have a shower? That kind of
okay.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
These start off pretty basic, but they increasingly get weirder. Okay.
Nice. I like weird.
They're going to be quick fire. So
Mhm. Okay.
let's get through it. Okay. NØTRIXX, would you rather? Would you rather play one massive stadium show to 80,000 people or an underground club show to 100 diehard fans?
100 diehard fans
Good choice.
chanting together.
There you go. Okay. Would you rather your fans only sing the wrong lyrics at your shows or sing the words perfectly but completely out of tune?
Out of tune.
Lovely. Okay. Would you rather your microphone only works when you're dancing or your speakers only work when you stand completely still?
Microphone dancing.
Cool.
I need the speakers.
Good. Yeah, fair play. Would you rather your fans start a mosh pit during your slowest song or hold up lighters and cry during your most aggressive song?
Hold up the lighters and cry.
Okay. Would you rather have to perform every show in a giant inflatable dinosaur costume or sing every song in opera style forever?
Dinosaur costume, I'd do that. Anyway.
And finally, would you rather have a pet goat that follows you on tour everywhere or a drummer that only communicates through interpretive dance?
Nice. Pet goat.
Good choice. Good choice. No tricks. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast and building your dream concert. It has been an honor to have you on for season three. Before you go, please let everyone know what you've got coming out, what's going on in your life. Let's do some plug in for you.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And thank you for all our listeners and viewers for spending this time with us. As for the new things coming, I've got something extremely exciting to share. My new debut album is going to be released shortly. As we're recording this now, it's going to be exactly this week. And this album is something that no one has really ever done before, from what I know. Every song on the album is a different mental health issue. And because I am a genre bending artist with absolutely no limitations, they all sound different and they all represent every mental health issue there to the best of my abilities. And they're all yours now to um, enjoy and experience. Um, there's everything from ADHD to schizophrenia, from depression to psychosis, and um, yeah, I hope you like what you hear.
Amazing. Thank you so much, No Tricks. It's been wonderful having you on and for sharing your incredible dream concert with us. And I look forward to the album coming out.
Thank you so much for having.